Yes, today, dear students, I am Tirupati, Associate Professor, Indira Priyadarshini Mahila Degree College, Hyderabad. Today, we have to discuss two chapters in this period. One is the Union Public Service Commission, and second one is the Election Commission of India. So, we know about the Union Public Service Commission. What is the aims and objectives of the Union Commission of Public Service Commission? Union Public Service Commission, it is very important for the Indian government. It is product of the central government employees like IAS, IPS, IFS and All India Services and Forest Services and Account Services and Indian Railway Services employees are recruited by the Union Public Service Commission. So this is the very important of the service motto organization. It is the government of India according to Indian constitutional body. The Union Public Service Commission is the constitutional body. It is the constitutional body. So because of it is the very important topic for the students, those who are the appearing of the civil services in India. It's compulsory he learn this subject for the development of their views and their future life settlement through this recruitment board. The Union Public Service Commission is the recruitment board for the All India Services. All India Services. So because of it is very good organization for the government of India for to service motto of the employees recruited by this organization. Commonly abbreviated as a UPS is a India's premier central recruitment agency. It is the responsible for appointments to and examination for all India services and Group A and Group B of a central services. While Department of Personnel and Training is the central personnel agencies in India. Union Public Service Commission, emblem of India. So, emblem of India, Commission overviews formed 1st October 1926, 93 years ago, preceding agencies, Federal Public Service Commission, Public Service Commission, Jurisdiction, Republic of India, Headquarter, Dolapur House, Shahjahan Road, New Delhi, 28.6080 N772269. E-Commission, Executive Aravind Saxena. The Chairman, Parent Department, Government of India website, UPS, Government in the agency's charter is granted by Part 14 of the Constitution of India, title as Services under the Union and the State. The Commission is mandated by the Constitution for appointment to the services of the Union and All India Services. It is also required to be consulted by the government in matters relating to the appointment, transfer, promotion and disciplinary matters. The Commission reports directly to the President and can advise the government through him, although such advice is not binding on the government. Being a constitutional authority, UPS is amongst the few institutions which functions with both autonomy and freedom, along with the country's higher jurisdiction. And lately, the Election Commission, the Commission is a headquarter and Dolapur House in New Delhi and functions through its own secretariat, Aravind Saxena has been the chairman of UPSC since June 2018. Established on October 1926 as a Public Service Commission, it was later constituted as a Federal Public Service Commission by Government of India. Government India Act 1935 only to be remained as a today's Union Public Service Commission after the independency. So the Public Service Commission are to give the importance of the recruitment rules. So the Union Public Service Commission chairman and members are appointed by the President of India. So President of India is nominated chairman and members. So their time, the office of the chairman is the 6 years and members also 6 years. So this is the very important of the Public Service Commission to conduct the examination for the All India services. They have to give the first notification for the recruitment notification. In that they have prepared the syllabus, first prepare the notification. In that notification, before that they have to prepare the notification. The notification is call for the applicants of the graduates, those who are completed of the graduation in India. According to that applications of the candidates, they have to prepare the preliminary examination. So preliminary examination question paper, allotment of the examination center, and they have to allot the invigilators of the examination and supervisors of the examination, and they have to smoothly conduct the examination in the preliminary examination. The preliminary have two papers. Preliminary have two papers. So one is the so now the present the admission system is there is the one paper, but the system of the constitution of UPS is the two papers. One is option, second is the general studies. General studies and optionals are there is a 150 marks, total 300. Among that 50% marks score the students are eligible for the main examination. So this is the pattern of the preliminary, main and interviews for the selection of the UPSC candidates or the employees of the UPSC. So they are the appointed as per seniority, IAS, IPS, IFS, and remaining are appointed as a group 1 employees in the central level. So because of the UPS after the preliminary examination, those who are eligible for the main, they call for their optional papers. As for that their optional papers, there is a 8 papers are there, important of the 8 papers. The present they are introduced as the extra essay rating of the general essay rating of the examination pattern. So in that papers is first is the mother tongue, second is the general English, third one is the general studies, and optional papers. Optional is the those who are interested of the optional papers. First paper, there is a public administration. In the first optional there is a 2 papers. One is the first paper, second one is the second paper. According to UPSC, syllabus are divided into providing the syllabus for the students. And the next is optional second optional is also you are selected. If you are selected the option public admission, you are not right to select the political science. Other than political science, you have to select any paper for the civil services main examination. Economics, history, geography, anthropology, botany, physics, chemistry, maths, engineering papers, anyone you have to selecting. In among the 1 second optional, you have to have 2 papers in that second optional paper, paper 1, paper 2. Then after there is a general studies, general essay rating also important papers. So total papers marks, so you have to covering minimum one paper is for example, optional paper is the 45 one paper is one optional is two papers. Maximum you have to covering 50%. Otherwise, it's your fail. For example, you have in the optional one public admission one paper you have to get the marks is the 45%. Then you Election Commission of India. So Election Commission of India is the important office of the Indian government. It is also constitutional body. It is the main objective is the collecting the elections in the country, in general elections and state elections and local elections. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional authority responsible for administrating elections process in India at national, state and district level. The body administers elections to the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies, state legislative council and the offices of the president and vice president of the country. The Election Commission operates under the authority of Constitution for Article 324A, 324(4) and subsequently enacted Representation of the People Act 5. The Commission has the powers under the Constitution to act in an appropriate manner when the enacted laws make insufficient provisions to deal with the given situation in the conduct of an elections. Being a constitutional authority, Election Commission is amongst the few institutions which functions with both autonomy and freedom along with the country's higher judiciary, the Union Public Service Commission and the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Election Commission of India logo PNG. The official logo Election Commission overviews formed 25th January 1950, later celebrated as a National Voter Day. Jurisdiction India, headquarter Nirvachan Sadhan, Ashoka Road, New Delhi 1. So employs around 300. Commission executives Sunil Arora, IAS, Chief Election Commission of India; Ashok Leaves, IAS, Election Commissioner of India; Sushil Chandra, IRS, IT, Election Commissioner of India. Structure edit. See also Chief Election Commissioner of India and Election Commissioner of India. The commission was established in 1950 and originally only had a Chief Election Commissioner. 2 additional commissioners were appointed to the commission for the first time on 16th October 1989 on the eve of the 1989 general elections. But they had a very short nature ending on 1st January 1990. The Election Commissioner Amendment Act 1989 was adopted on 1st January 1990, which turned the commission into a multi-members body. A 3-members commissioner has been in operation since then, and the decision by the commission are made by a majority vote. The Chief Election Commissioner and the 2 election commissioners, who are usually retired IAS officers, draw salaries and allowance for with those of the judges of the Supreme Court of India as for the Chief Election Commissioner. Election Commissioner Condition of Services Rules 1992-6. The Commission is served by its Secretariat located in New Delhi. The election commissioners are assisted by Deputy Commission commissioners, who are generally IAS officers. They are further assisted directors, general principals, secretaries, and secretaries and under secretaries. At the state level, election commission is assisted by the chief election officer of the state, who is an IAS officer of principal secretary rank. At the district and constituency level, the district magistrates in their capacity, the district election officer, electoral registration officer, and returning officers for election work. So, removal from office edit, the Chief Election Commissioner of India can be removed from their office. Similarly, to the removal of a judge of the Supreme Court of India, which requires a resolution passed by the Parliament of India, a two-thirds majority in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. Other election commissioners can be removed by the President of India on the recommendation of the Chief Election Commissioner. A Chief Election Commissioner has never been impeached in India. In 2009, just before the 2009 Lok Sabha elections, Chief Election Commission in Gopalaswamy sent a recommendation to President Pratibha Patil to remove Election Commissioner Naveen Chawla, who was soon to take office as the Chief Election Commissioner and to subsequently supervise the Lok Sabha elections. A potential conflict of interest considering is partisan political party behavior. The President opined that such a recommendation is not binding on the President and hence rejected it. Subsequently, after Gopalaswamy's retirement the next month, Chawla became the Chief Election Commissioner and supervised the 2009 Lok Sabha elections. So the Election Commission is very important to conduct the elections for the motivation for the development of administrative activities. And the most important features of the democratic policy in India is elections at regular intervals. Holding periodic, free and fair elections are essential of a democratic system and a part of the basic structure of the Constitution. The Election Commission is regarded as the graduation of elections in the country. In every election, it issues a model code of conducting for political parties and candidates to conduct elections in a free and fair manner. The Commission issued the Code of Conduct for the first time in 1971 for the 5th Lok Sabha elections and as revised it from time to time. It lays down guidelines for the conduct of political parties and candidates during the elections period. However, there have been instances of a violation of the code by various political parties, with complaint being received for misuse of official machinery by the candidates. 11-12, the code does not have any specific statutory basis, but only the pursue effect 11-12. It contain the rule of electoral morality. However, this lack of statutory backing does not prevent the commission for enforcing a law for the registration process for political parties was enacted in 1989 and a number of parties got registered with the commission. The registration helps avoid confusion and ensures that the political parties are brought under the purview of the Commission. The Election Commission has the right to allow symbols of the political parties. It gives a recognition to the national parties, state parties, and regional parties. It sets limits on poll expenses. The commissions prepare electoral rolls and update the voters list from time to time. Notification of dates and schedules of election for filling nomination are issued by the commission. It is noteworthy that election commission cannot allot some symbol to two regional political parties even if they are not in the same state. The commission is empowered with prohibiting dissemination or publication of a voting trends that seeks to influence voters by opinions polls or exit polls. To curb the growing influence of money during elections, the Election Commission has made many suggestions and changes in this regard. The Commission has appointed IRS officers of the Income Tax Department as election observation of all elections and has fixed the legal limits on the amount of money which a candidate can spend during election campaigns. These limits have been revised over time. The Election Commission, by appointing expenditure observation from the Indian Revenue Services, keeps an eye on the individual account of elections expenditures. The Commission takes details of the candidates' assist on affidavit at the time of submitting nomination paper, who are also required to give details of their expenditures within 30 days of the declaration of the results. The campaign period has also been reduced by the Commission from 21st to 14 days for Lok Sabha and Assembly elections to cut down election expenditures. In an attempt to decriminalize politics, the Election Commission has approached the Supreme Court to put a lifetime ban on convicted politicians from contesting elections. Voter ID audit. In an effort to prevent electoral fraud, in 1993, EPICs or electoral photo identity cards were issued, which became mandatory by the 2004 elections. However, a ration card have been allotted for a election purpose in certain situations. So the Commission empowered with the prohibiting dismissing the publications of voting trends that seeks influence voters by opinions polls or existing polls. Thank you, students.